were putting a team together, the kind of people I would want to hire. And I always thought first kid to go to college in his family. I always thought that would be a good hire. I always had these ideas of who would be who would work. Don't always go to the Harvard grad. The smart state school kid who couldn't afford Harvard but could get into Harvard supposedly is like the best hire you can make. So what are some of your philosophies on the kind of people, the signals, the things you look for in a good hire, good sales hire?
I look for someone that's played competitive sports.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. I'm a big believer in building a sales culture that is gamified. Mm-hmm. I'm a big believer of building a sales culture that is built around celebrations. Mm-hmm. And you have to identify what those celebratory moments are. Mm-hmm. I also am a very big believer in building teams. Mm-hmm. I think that as human beings, we perform better inside teams. There's all sorts of data to support that. I know from experience that a lone wolf salesperson might perform quite well for a period of time, but they will do a lot of this. Right. Whereas a team environment has a tendency to level it out a little bit.
Why is that? Because the sharing of information, the sharing of best practice, the mutual support. What is it about a team in a sales environment? Because it is, in a way, it's one person making their numbers. It can be seen as an individual pursuit, but explain more why it works better in a team environment.
It's the collaboration. So if let's say Justin, I have a great sales guy in our organization called Justin. Let's say that Justin has a new solution that he's been offering to his customers, and he nails the talk track and he discovers 5 ways to deal with the objections. Mm-hmm. And that is out in the open in the sales floor where everybody could hear the presentation. Mm-hmm. Now, the other reps will start to adopt some of those learnings. So you want it to be competitive, but not to the point where they will slit each other's throats to get the deal.
Right.
You've got to put some
it's not a zero-sum game, right? Someone's making quota doesn't mean someone else doesn't, right?
Right. So it can't be dog eat dog, but you want a little bit of dog eat dog because you want them to be competitive. So maybe that's where you spiff and you have the opportunity to earn a spiff in a monthly cadence. Mm-hmm. The other thing that I don't mind is someone who has had some sort of a rocky road. So maybe they've been successful and they've had some recent challenges and you can tell they're trying to rise from that challenge, or they have something to prove. I found those people to be super effective.
Well, that's kind of why sort of my points about you don't want to always, you want somebody who's maybe, I don't know about chip on the shoulder is the wrong term. That's not what I'm talking about, but somebody, like you said, something to prove, or it hasn't had the path greased for them through privilege and advantage, but has had to struggle a little bit, I think which is why, first kid from his family to go to school, or the kid who couldn't afford the school that they could get into, or maybe started in business and failed, but we had the guts to try, yes. But something like that,
I've got another couple words that I'm going to throw on the table, and that is, I'm finding that this is an important piece, and that is some business acumen.
Yeah.
It's really hard to sit across the table from a business owner who is putting their blood, sweat, and tears in their business, and they're struggling to make payroll, and they're hiring and firing, and they're doing all the things that it takes to make that business work. When you've never been in business and done any of that, you have zero empathy for the customer.
Right.
And when you suggest these solutions, it has to have some root to business.